You're the only one who knows the truth. You will never be the first choice. You will never be on the pictures. You're not the wife. You're not the fiancé. You're a secret. You're the mistress. But if you're already in this situation, I'm not gonna judge you. I'm gonna give you the tips on how to act if you are actually a mistress, and finally, how to live this lifestyle for good.
Saturday night was for wives, but Friday night at the Copa was always for the girlfriends.
I do my best not to judge people, but there are certain groups I can't respect. But on this channel, we do not discriminate. So if you're already in this hole, here are a few tips for you on how to be a mistress. Can't believe I'm saying this out loud. First tip, don't ask him about his business. If you're dating a really rich man, most of the time, he's not making his money the honest way.
What line of work are you in?
Waste management consultant.
So the less you know, the safer you are. I've had an acquaintance who was always noisy about her man's business. And when he got arrested, she was brought in for questioning. And because she was always asking him about every detail and he wasn't smart enough to not tell her about this, she actually got arrested as well. So girls, remember, knowing about a crime and not reporting it is also a crime. Second, never disrespect the wife. If you will learn why mistresses do not retire gracefully.
Just look at me.
Men who cheat, they have no morals. But for some reason, those are the same men who love to pretend that they do have morals. So when you do remind them that they're cheaters, you will feel the anger.
I'll tell your wife.
You tell my wife, I'll kill you.
Third, do not waste the money on things which you cannot resell. Listen, if you're a mistress, you have to understand that this is a temporary relationship, no matter what he tells you. We'll talk about this later. But in the meantime, you have to understand that you have to either save up the money or buy something which you can resell once the relationship ends. I had an acquaintance who was a mistress. Once the relationship was over, she only had the Gucci bags, which she couldn't even resell on the real. Don't waste your youth on Gucci bags. Next, and probably the most important one, no matter how much he will sweet talk you, he's not gonna leave his wife. He will tell you things like, oh, my wife is sick right now, or we're waiting for our children to grow up. You will waste decades. With each year, you will think that you're more and more invested in this relationship. Do you know this anecdote about going to the cinema and wasting the money on the tickets? You already paid for the tickets, you went to the cinema, and within the first 5 minutes you understand that you're not gonna like it. But you don't know if you should leave or not because you already paid for the tickets. What would you rather waste? Your investments or your investments and your time? Same goes for this relationship. Yeah, you've already invested in this. You know that you invested in the wrong relationship, but for some reason, you're also choosing to waste your youth on this. You could actually leave this dusty man and build a healthy relationship with a man who would actually prioritize you. Can you believe at this point that you would be somebody's priority? It's hard to leave, but what can help you to commit to this decision is getting therapy. That's why I want to thank today's sponsor of this video, BetterHelp, for making this episode possible. Despite having stable and loving family, when I was younger, I found myself drawn to chaotic romantic relationships. Emotional roller coasters felt exciting, while stability seemed boring. But over time, I realized how much it was actually affecting my confidence, peace of mind, and the way I see myself. That's when I decided to start therapy. Through therapy, I decided to understand my own needs and figured out how to set healthy boundaries. And honestly, that's a big part of how I ended up in a happy and healthy relationship, which I have right now. BetterHelp is entirely online, so it works around your schedule. After a short questionnaire, you'll be matched with a licensed therapist who understands you and your patterns. BetterHelp accepts both HSA and FSA cards, making it even easier to prioritize your mental health. In 2024 alone, 137,000 people used their FSA and HSA benefits for therapy through BetterHelp. So be sure to use yours before they expire. If you're going through the difficult time, please remember, you do not have to carry it all by yourself. Head to betterhelp.com/privilegedfew to get 10% off your first month. And now, let's get back to our episode. Next, don't enter his house and don't meet his kids. You've already traumatized this family, whether they know about you or not. Don't traumatize those children by actually showing up. Don't compete with other women. Listen, if he's cheating on his wife, he's definitely cheating on you.
He's got a family, he's got a mistress. He's got a mistress for the mistress.
Cheaters do not do monogamy, so just accept the fact that he is not a loyal man and don't try to compete with other women. This is just pathetic. Keep your mouth shut. Do not tell your girlfriend about this man. He should be your secret just as much as you are his secret. But in your case, this is also safety. I've heard of a woman who told her best friend about her being a mistress. Guess who snitched on her? The best friend. Best friend made sure that her bestie stays with nothing, because that wife made sure that all of the money which she was able to keep from that relationship was gone. So keep your mouth shut and don't tell anybody. Not like you have anything to be proud of. And lastly, the most important one, do not try to trap him with a kid. Do not bring children to relationships to save them. You cannot save a relationship by bringing more challenges to it. Whoever thought that this would be a good idea? Moreover, when you're bringing a child to a relationship which you know will not work, you're making sure that your child will be fatherless. Is this the destiny you want for your child? This is just such a selfish act. This is not what a loving mother would want for her child. So, don't trap him with a child, because this will only end up trapping you. But of course, I understand that there are some women who end up being mistresses without even knowing that they're mistresses. Girls, have you ever been in a relationship with a man for a long time and then found out that he is lying to you about his whole life? Share your trauma in the comments. I love reading about those. Let's talk about Amber. Amber was the girl who was so focused on her career and thought that relationships are not coming into her life anytime soon. Until she met Jack. He looked so put together. He was charming and even started introducing her to all of his friends as somebody special. He was taking her on trips where she found out that he's recently divorced, he doesn't have any kids, and that's why they started planning a family of their own. But when she would ask him to meet his family, he said that they're still not ready to move on from his ex-wife, and Amber was understanding of that. But then Amber got pregnant, and when she announced this, instead of seeing excitement in his eyes, she saw fear. And that was the time, 2 years into their relationship, when he confessed, "I can't do this. I have a wife and children." What the fuck? She was flabbergasted. She didn't know what to do, and he was begging her not to tell his family because she would ruin his life. Yeah, she would ruin his life, not him making those decisions. Either way, she went to the lawyers and was asking what is the right thing for her to do. She didn't want to be the one raising the child without any help. He should have paid for the child which he helped to create. So the lawyers, who were idiots, in my opinion, and I will tell you why later, told her to write his name in the birth certificate. That would ensure that he would pay alimony to that child. But what they failed to remind her is that now, every time when she would want to travel with her child, she would need the written permission from the father. And that's how Jack gained control, because he knew that she cannot make a single independent decision without his signature. She tried to move on with her life, but every time she would try to do that, he would show up and tell her that she was the one who ruined his life, even though she was trying to rebuild hers after she found out that for 2 years straight, she was just a mistress. And then he was also trying to control her with the child. In cases like this, a lot of people say that it's better to know who your father is. But in my opinion, it's better not to have a father than one like Jack. Because sometimes an absence of a horrible man is the greatest gift which a woman can give to her child. We'd like more women to get out of those situations, so help this video to get to the right target audience by liking it. Cheers. Girls, it's time for an exit plan. I know that you can do this because most of the time it's not that just you're emotionally attached to this man. You're financially hooked. You probably live in an apartment which realistically you cannot afford, and now you understand that you do not want to downgrade your lifestyle. Who does? But realistically, would it be a downgrade to not be the second best choice now? Anyways, how can you exit this situation? Well, realistically, all you can do is just commit to a decision that it's time to leave and that you deserve better. But if you want more encouragement, first of all, you have to understand that you need savings. So start saving up, get a job. I know it probably hurts to hear such a horrible word. So how to leave? By getting up and leaving. By committing to this decision and by understanding that you deserve better and that his wife doesn't deserve you.
How can you be so amazing? You could be friends with your husband's mistress.
Yeah, it's like a dream come true.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Listen to this. I fell in love with a man who has a wife. What should I do? Girl, there are literally so many men which you can choose from. Why are you picking the one who's married? Like, I don't understand. I'm not the type of person who thinks that we do not have control over who we fall in love with. We do. I'm a married man, but I started developing feelings for another woman. What should I do? Listen, I think the least you can do is be honest with your wife. Have a conversation with her, tell her how you feel. Don't hide this, because if you start hiding your feelings, then you start hiding your actions, and it goes on and on and on. Shit. Tough crowd today. When did you become okay with being the second choice? Was it when your father betrayed your little innocent heart for the first time? Or was it when the man you sincerely loved cheated on you? You told yourself that in order to win in this world, you have to be heartless. Do you remember the first time you lied to yourself? That you don't need him 24/7. And it's even better that he is not with you all the time because you only have him when he's on his best behavior and his wife gets the good and the bad. But if your young self would see you right now, would you think that you won or that you became the proof that money can't buy happiness? Like, subscribe, and as always, do whatever you want with this information.